Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. I want to talk about something deeply personal, something that each of us can relate to, no matter where we are in life. That's the idea of doing something, of making changes, setting goals, and pushing forward not for anyone else's approval, but for yourself. In a world where we're constantly exposed to the expectations and opinions of others, the pull to seek approval is strong. From a young age, we're conditioned to value the judgments of teachers, family members, friends, and even strangers. As adults, we find ourselves shaped by the standard society has set for what it means to be successful, accomplished, or happy. But within all of this external input, there's a voice that sometimes gets quieter, the voice that tells us what we truly want, what makes us feel alive, and what fulfills us on a deeper level. Prioritizing personal fulfillment over approval means listening to that voice and making choices based on what genuinely resonates with us. It's a shift in focus, moving away from what will gain us validation from others toward what will bring us a sense of internal satisfaction. When we prioritize personal fulfillment, we are making a choice to live in alignment with our values and interests. This doesn't mean ignoring the people around us or rejecting their advice entirely. It means recognizing that ultimately we are responsible for our own happiness. Seeking approval can be a slippery slope. When we act based on what others think we should do, we may find ourselves achieving traditional measures of success, such as a prestigious job or social recognition, but feeling hollow inside. That's because external approval is fleeting. It's built on factors outside of our control, and if we rely solely on it, we're setting ourselves up for a life of chasing something that can never fully satisfy us. One reason many people struggle to prioritize personal fulfillment is the fear of judgment or failure. Society often places higher value on certain achievements, wealth, status, popularity that may not align with our personal dreams or interests. As a result, we may feel pressured to pursue goals that don't feel authentic to us simply to avoid criticism or to gain acceptance. However, when we look back on our lives, we are far more likely to regret the things we didn't do out of fear than the things we did in pursuit of what truly matters to us. Real fulfillment comes from daring to follow our unique path, even if it goes against the grain or doesn't meet everyone's approval. To live a fulfilling life, it's essential to explore our own passions, interests, and values without letting outside opinions dictate our choices. This exploration requires self-reflection and sometimes a bit of courage. It may involve letting go of a career path or relationship that no longer serves us, even if others think we're making a mistake. It may mean stepping out of our comfort zone and pursuing something that feels right, regardless of how others perceive it. True happiness stems from being true to ourselves, and this often means prioritizing what gives us a sense of purpose and joy over what will win us admiration or applause. When we choose to prioritize personal fulfillment, we experience a deep sense of self-respect and contentment. By focusing on what truly matters to us, we're able to invest our time and energy in activities and relationships that enrich our lives. This inner alignment leads to a stronger sense of self, making us less vulnerable to the changing tides of others' opinions. People who live according to their own standards are generally more confident, resilient, and authentic. They draw strength from within, so when criticism arises, they're better equipped to handle it. They understand that not everyone will approve of their choices, but they are at peace with that because they know they're living in accordance with their own values. Moreover, prioritizing personal fulfillment often allows us to make a more positive impact on the world around us. When we pursue what genuinely excites us, we're more likely to excel, to be creative, and to bring our best selves to the table. Whether we're artists, entrepreneurs, caregivers, or advocates, doing what we love brings out our strengths and makes us more capable of contributing meaningfully to others. Paradoxically, by focusing less on pleasing others and more on what brings us joy, we may inspire others to do the same. Our commitment to authenticity can have a ripple effect, encouraging those around us to also pursue their passions and dreams. One of the greatest rewards of prioritizing personal fulfillment over approval is the freedom it brings. When we're no longer bound by the need to impress or conform, we are free to explore, take risks, and make mistakes. This freedom allows us to grow in ways that wouldn't be possible if we were constantly worrying about what others think. Mistakes become opportunities for learning rather than sources of shame, and we become more resilient in the face of setbacks. This journey toward fulfillment may not always be smooth, but it is deeply rewarding because it's uniquely ours. In today's age of social media, the temptation to seek validation from others is ever present. We often measure ourselves against carefully curated images and accomplishments shared online, and it's easy to feel like we're falling short if our lives don't look the same. However, social media only shows a small slice of reality. It rarely captures the inner satisfaction of living authentically or the quiet joy that comes from following a personal dream. By choosing to prioritize personal fulfillment, we can liberate ourselves from the comparison trap and focus on building a life that is meaningful to us, regardless of how it might appear to others. In the end, living a life focused on personal fulfillment rather than approval is a gift we give to ourselves. It's a commitment to creating a life that feels genuine, one where we wake up each day feeling excited and purposeful, not because we're chasing someone else's definition of success, but because we're honoring our own. This journey requires honesty, bravery, and sometimes a willingness to disappoint others, but the rewards a deep sense of contentment, a strong sense of identity, and a life aligned with our true selves are more than worth it. Prioritizing personal fulfillment over approval is about giving ourselves permission to live fully, to take risks, and to experience the richness of a life lived authentically. It's about breaking free from the constraints of others' expectations and listening to our inner voice. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones who will live with the consequences of our choices. When we choose fulfillment, we choose a life that, even with its ups and downs, truly belongs to us. Embracing self-worth and believing in yourself are essential foundations for a fulfilling life, yet they are often overshadowed by self-doubt and societal pressures. Many people struggle with feeling worthy or capable, especially in a world that constantly emphasizes competition and comparison. However, true self-worth is about recognizing and valuing your intrinsic qualities, understanding that you are deserving of happiness, respect, and success simply because you exist. Believing in yourself is the ability to trust in your capabilities and potential, knowing that you can overcome obstacles and grow through experiences. When you combine a strong sense of self-worth with genuine self-belief, you unlock the courage and motivation needed to pursue your goals, face challenges, and live a life aligned with your deepest values. Self-worth begins with the understanding that each individual is inherently valuable, independent of external accomplishments or accolades. Too often, we tie our worth to things like career success, financial status, or appearance, thinking that we're only valuable if we meet certain standards. But self-worth is not conditional. It isn't something that depends on others' approval or validation. Instead, it's a recognition that we are enough as we are, with all our unique qualities, strengths, and imperfections. Embracing self-worth means accepting yourself fully, acknowledging both your positive traits and areas for growth without judgment or shame. It means seeing yourself as someone who deserves kindness, compassion, and respect both from yourself and from others. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you're less affected by others' opinions or criticisms. This doesn't mean you become indifferent or isolated, but rather that you are no longer at the mercy of external validation. You develop an inner resilience that allows you to stay true to yourself even when faced with negativity or rejection. This self-assuredness empowers you to set healthy boundaries, make decisions that honor your well-being, and pursue relationships that are mutually respectful. With self-worth, you no longer feel pressured to conform to others' expectations. Instead, you are free to embrace who you are and live authentically. Believing in yourself is about having confidence in your ability to handle life's challenges and pursue your dreams. This belief is often built gradually through small successes, learned skills, and personal growth. Self-belief is not about being perfect or avoiding failure, rather. It's about understanding that setbacks are part of the journey and that you have the resilience to keep moving forward. When you believe in yourself, you are more willing to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone because you trust in your ability to learn and adapt. This self-confidence creates a sense of empowerment, allowing you to explore new opportunities, take on challenges, and pursue your goals with determination. A lack of self-belief can lead to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. When you doubt your abilities, you may hesitate to act on your dreams or settle for less than you deserve. This self-doubt can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, as hesitation often leads to inaction, which reinforces feelings of inadequacy. However, by building self-belief, you create a positive cycle. Each small achievement fuels your confidence, making it easier to tackle the next challenge. Over time, this confidence becomes a part of your identity, shaping how you approach both personal and professional pursuits. Combining self-worth with self-belief creates a powerful mindset that enhances every aspect of life. When you value yourself and trust in your abilities, you approach challenges with a sense of optimism and resilience. You are more likely to view failures as opportunities for growth rather than as reflections of your value. This mindset allows you to pursue your passions wholeheartedly without being deterred by temporary setbacks or the fear of judgment. You begin to set higher standards for yourself, aiming not for perfection, but for progress and authenticity. To cultivate self-worth and self-belief, start by practicing self-compassion. Speak to yourself kindly, especially in moments of failure or doubt. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that setbacks are part of learning. Reflect on your past achievements, no matter how small, and recognize the strengths and qualities that helped you succeed. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you, and distance yourself from those who diminish your sense of worth. Take time to invest in your growth, whether it's through learning, personal development, or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy. Embracing self-worth and believing in yourself is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong journey. There will be times when self-doubt creeps in or when external pressures challenge your confidence. But with a strong foundation of self-worth, you'll be better equipped to navigate these moments and return to a place of inner strength. Remember that you are deserving of a fulfilling and meaningful life, and that the path to this life starts with valuing who you are and trusting in your potential. When you truly embrace your worth and believe in yourself, you open the door to endless possibilities, empowering yourself to pursue your dreams with courage and resilience. Cultivating inner happiness and satisfaction is one of the most rewarding yet challenging pursuits in life. While it may seem that happiness comes from external sources, accomplishments, relationships, or material possessions, true, lasting happiness is built from within. Inner happiness is not dependent on the ups and downs of life. Instead, it is rooted in a deep sense of contentment, self-acceptance, and peace. By nurturing this internal sense of joy, we can develop resilience against life's challenges and live with a sense of purpose and fulfillment that external factors alone cannot provide. To cultivate this inner happiness and satisfaction, it's essential to understand its nature, prioritize self-awareness, practice gratitude, focus on meaningful goals, and maintain a positive outlook. Inner happiness begins with a strong sense of self-awareness. When we know ourselves, our values, desires, strengths, and weaknesses, we're more likely to make choices that align with our true nature. Self-awareness allows us to distinguish between what genuinely brings us joy and what we're doing merely to please others or meet societal expectations. Many people chase goals or lifestyles that they think will make them happy, only to realize that these pursuits feel empty or unfulfilling. When we understand ourselves deeply, we become better equipped to choose paths that resonate with who we truly are. This self-knowledge helps us identify activities, relationships, and careers that align with our passions and values, bringing a sense of purpose and contentment. Another key component of inner happiness is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, allowing us to appreciate the richness of our lives as they are. In a world that constantly tells us to strive for more success, more possessions, more recognition, it's easy to fall into a cycle of dissatisfaction. By practicing gratitude, we train ourselves to see the positives in our daily lives, recognizing even small blessings and moments of joy. Whether it's the warmth of the sun, a kind gesture from a friend, or the satisfaction of a job well done, acknowledging these moments fosters a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Studies have shown that gratitude is closely linked to increased happiness, as it helps us cultivate a more positive outlook and reduces our tendency to dwell on what we lack. Focusing on meaningful goals also plays a significant role in cultivating inner happiness. When our goals are aligned with our values and aspirations, they give us a sense of direction and motivation. These goals don't necessarily need to be grand or ambitious. They can be as simple as learning a new skill, spending quality time with loved ones, or practicing self-care. The key is that they should hold personal significance and reflect our genuine interests. Setting and working toward meaningful goals not only provides a sense of purpose, but also boosts self-esteem as we witness our own progress and growth. This sense of purpose is a powerful contributor to inner happiness because it provides a reason to keep moving forward, even during difficult times. It's also important to focus on nurturing positive relationships. While inner happiness is something we cultivate within ourselves, our connections with others are a vital part of our overall well-being. Surrounding ourselves with people who support, encourage, and respect us enhances our sense of happiness and fulfillment. Positive relationships allow us to share our joys and challenges, providing a source of comfort and inspiration. Conversely, toxic relationships that drain us emotionally can severely impact our inner happiness. By prioritizing relationships that uplift and empower us, we create an environment that supports our journey toward lasting satisfaction. Practicing mindfulness is another powerful tool for cultivating inner happiness. Mindfulness encourages us to live in the present moment, reducing our tendency to dwell on the past or worry about the future. Many of us live in a constant state of doing, focused on achieving and progressing, often forgetting to simply be. Mindfulness reminds us to slow down, appreciate the present, and savor life's simple pleasures. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to our surroundings, mindfulness helps us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond to life with greater clarity and calmness. This practice not only reduces stress and anxiety, but also enhances our overall sense of well-being as we learn to enjoy each moment fully. Another essential element in cultivating inner happiness is self-compassion. Often we are our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossibly high standards and punishing ourselves for perceived shortcomings. This self-criticism can be a significant barrier to happiness, as it fosters feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth. Self-compassion, on the other hand, encourages us to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, just as we would a close friend. But by accepting our flaws and mistakes with compassion, we free ourselves from the need for perfection and open up space for self-acceptance. Self-compassion also helps us bounce back from failure more quickly, as we're able to learn from our mistakes without dwelling on them. To cultivate inner happiness, it's also beneficial to develop a growth mindset, the belief that we can learn and improve through effort and perseverance. A growth mindset allows us to approach challenges as opportunities for learning rather than threats to our self-worth. This perspective reduces the fear of failure and encourages us to take risks and pursue new experiences. By embracing a growth mindset, we become more resilient in the face of setbacks, viewing them as temporary and surmountable rather than defining. This resilience is essential for inner happiness, as it empowers us to face life's challenges without becoming overwhelmed by them. Finally, embracing a balanced perspective on life is crucial for inner happiness. Life will inevitably have its highs and lows, moments of joy and periods of struggle. Inner happiness does not mean that we're always joyful or that we avoid difficulties. It means we have a stable foundation of contentment and resilience that carries us through both good and bad times. When we cultivate inner happiness, we learn to find meaning in adversity, to grow from hardship, and to maintain hope even when circumstances are challenging. This balanced approach allows us to experience the full range of human emotions while remaining grounded and fulfilled. Cultivating inner happiness and satisfaction is an ongoing journey, one that requires patience, commitment, and self-reflection. It's about learning to nurture joy and contentment from within rather than relying on external factors that may be temporary or beyond our control. By prioritizing self-awareness, gratitude, meaningful goals, positive relationships, mindfulness, self-compassion, a growth mindset, and balance, we create a life that feels deeply fulfilling and true to who we are. This inner happiness becomes a source of strength, enabling us to navigate life's complexities with grace and resilience. And in doing so, we discover a contentment that is not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in our own sense of self and purpose. And celebrating your journey and progress is a powerful way to build self-confidence, motivation, and joy. Too often, people focus solely on reaching their ultimate goals, disregarding the small victories and gradual improvements that make up the path toward achievement. Yet each step, no matter how small, is a part of the journey and deserves recognition. By learning to appreciate the progress we make and the effort we invest, we create a positive mindset that fuels further growth. Celebrating the journey isn't just about acknowledgement, it's about recognizing our dedication, resilience, and capacity to improve over time, which ultimately leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The journey toward any goal is rarely straightforward. There are challenges, detours, and moments when progress seems slower than expected. Recognizing this and taking time to celebrate each step of progress can remind us that growth is a process, not a sudden transformation. Progress is often gradual, unfolding through small, steady efforts rather than grand, immediate changes. When we acknowledge this, we see that each small success represents a building block toward our larger aspirations. Every choice we make to persevere, every skill we learn, and every obstacle we overcome contributes to our overall growth. In celebrating these moments, we cultivate patience and resilience, appreciating the hard work that goes into each phase of our journey. Moreover, celebrating progress boosts our motivation. When we acknowledge our achievements, no matter how minor they may seem, we give ourselves positive reinforcement that encourages us to keep going. It's easy to feel discouraged or overwhelmed when we focus solely on what lies ahead. Large goals can be intimidating and make us feel as though we're not moving fast enough. But by celebrating incremental progress, we build momentum and stay energized. Each celebration, whether it's acknowledging the completion of a task or reaching a small milestone, serves as a reminder that we're moving forward. This recognition keeps us motivated, especially during periods when the final goal seems distant. Celebrating the journey also fosters a positive relationship with ourselves. Self-compassion is essential to personal growth, and one of the best ways to cultivate it is by acknowledging our efforts and achievements. Many people have a tendency to be overly critical of themselves, focusing on what they have yet to accomplish rather than what they've already achieved. This approach can lead to burnout and self-doubt, as we end up seeing only what we lack rather than recognizing our strengths. When we take time to celebrate our journey, we affirm our own worth and dedication. It's a way of telling ourselves that we're doing well and that we appreciate the hard work we've put in. This self-affirmation builds confidence, helping us believe that we are capable of reaching our goals. Another significant benefit of celebrating progress is that it helps us stay present. Many people spend so much time thinking about future achievements or dwelling on past setbacks that they miss out on the present moment. Celebrating our journey helps ground us in the present, reminding us to enjoy the process and the experience of growth itself. Life is made up of more than just end results. It's composed of all the moments in between. When we learn to celebrate our progress, we create more joy and fulfillment in each step we take, enriching the journey rather than just focusing on the destination. In addition to personal benefits, celebrating progress can also positively impact those around us. Sharing our milestones and achievements with friends, family, or colleagues can inspire others to appreciate their own journeys. It creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to see the value in their own progress and accomplishments. Celebrating together fosters a supportive environment where everyone feels motivated and appreciated for their efforts, reinforcing a culture of growth and encouragement. This shared celebration of progress helps build stronger relationships and contributes to a sense of community. Finally, celebrating the journey allows us to reflect on the lessons we've learned. Each step of progress brings valuable insights and experiences, whether it's mastering a skill, overcoming a fear, or developing resilience. When we take time to celebrate, we also create space to reflect on what we've learned and how we've grown. This reflection helps us see the impact of our journey, giving meaning to each step along the way. It allows us to build on our strengths, understand our challenges, and approach future goals with greater wisdom and confidence. In conclusion, celebrating your journey and progress is not a distraction from your ultimate goals. It's an essential part of reaching them. By appreciating each step, we build motivation, self-compassion, and resilience. We learn to stay present, to embrace the process, and to value the lessons we encounter along the way. Celebrating progress nurtures a positive mindset, which not only fuels our own growth, but also inspires those around us. When we learn to honor our journey, we cultivate a fulfilling, joyful approach to life, one that sees every achievement, big or small, as a worthy and meaningful accomplishment. In doing so, we make the journey itself as rewarding as the destination.